Hello, friends. James Stevenson here to talk about the top 10 electric vehicles sold in the US last year. Were they all Teslas? No. Tesla doesn't even make 10 electric vehicles. That's to make it fair so other automakers get a chance to have some of the top 10 EVs sold in the US last year. Without further ado, I will jump to my desktop. Loki called in sick today. That's kind of a joke. We took him to the vet today and he got some shots and he is feeling like resting more than usual. So he's doing that in one of his other beds. Friends, Loki has 3 beds in our house. Three. Speaking of the number three of the top 10 EV models sold in the US last year were made by Tesla. That doesn't sound very good at first because it means the other 7 were non Teslas until you realize the 3 Teslas combined outsold the rest by a wide margin. How wide of a margin? I'm glad you asked. I made a chart of the top 10 EVs sold in the US in 2024, according to Kelly Blue Book, who I sourced here. I also cash tagged in all the automakers who have a model or more in the top 10. Number 1 is the Tesla Model Y. You haven't seen the bottom of the chart yet. Number 2 is the Tesla Model 3. It's over here. Why are there 2 stacks? Well, one of these is for Tesla, and the other one is for not Tesla. I've labeled them Tesla and not Tesla. I'll just keep going down the list. Number 3 was the Ford Mustang Mach-E, 51,745. Hyundai Ioniq 5 sold 44,400. The Tesla Cybertruck sold 38,965. So Tesla had the number 1, the number 2, and the number 5 selling EVs in the US last year. And the also-rans who sold less than the Cybertrucks were the Ford F-150 Lightning, Honda Prologue, Chevy Equinox, Cadillac Lyriq, and Rivian R1S. And if you don't see your favorite EV mentioned in the top 10, that means they fell outside of the top 10. The top 10 can only hold 10. That's how many there can be. The other multitude of EVs fell outside the top 10. Interestingly, just these first 10 sold about 2/3 of all EVs sold in the US, even though there were many dozens of other competitors trying to work their way up into the top 10. I'll show you briefly what the report looks like. This is, just so you know, I'm not making up the numbers. Kelly Blue Book, KBB.com, is your trusted source for electric vehicle sales reports. You can Google this and find it pretty quick. Last year, total EVs sold were right at 1.3 million. So more than a quarter of them were Tesla Model Y alone. If total sales in the US of electric vehicles were 1.3 million, then you only need to sell 325,000-ish vehicles that year to take 25% market share. How much market share did Tesla have? Well, it's hard for you to read, probably. I'll zoom in here for you and show you Tesla's market share was 48.7%, almost half of EVs sold in the US last year were Teslas. How did the second place competitor do? It was Ford at 7.5%. There was nobody else in double digits, only Tesla. You can see most of these competitors have 1 or 2% of the market, with Chevrolet, one of the GM brands, getting 5.2%, and Cadillac, another GM brand, getting 2.2%. If you combine those together, they'd be doing about as well as Ford is. Ford also has Lincoln, but I don't see any Lincolns here, which may mean there are no Lincoln EVs. There you go. So feel free to look over this at your leisure. I'll zoom on down and show you all of the sales for all of the different kinds of EVs. Here's the Tesla section. The year-to-date's over here. Here's how many they sold last year. Here's how many they sold this year. Cybertruck, they credit as having 0 in 2023, and I put that in the chart when I made it. I put in the 2023 info as well, even though I didn't chart it. We know Tesla delivered more than 0 Cybertrucks in 2023 because on November 30th of 2023, I was in the Tesla Austin Gigafactory and saw Elon Musk deliver the first 9. So they had a whole month after that to keep delivering more Cybertrucks. Cox Auto estimated them at 0, though. I'll take the over on that estimate, having been there in person. So here's how the S and the X did last year and the year before. Those are becoming less popular vehicles as more and more people find out how great the 3 and the Y are. And here's just another breakdown, year-to-date sales only, I guess, and that's the end of the report. So what I did with that was put it into a big spreadsheet. Maybe I'll drag this spreadsheet over here real quick, and you'll be able to see what I did, dropping these in here, and then charting them separately, the not Tesla and the Tesla sections to make that chart that we saw earlier. And that's my video for today. I want to keep this one short. So there you go. Now you know the top 10 vehicles sold, EVs sold in the US last year. Tesla had 3 of them, but walloped the competition, taking almost half the total EV market with just their 3 best-selling models. And that's my video for today. So with that, I will thank you for watching the video. Remind you to like the video if you haven't liked the video already. Do that with a heart symbol on X or with a thumbs up on YouTube. Special shout out to my 2 executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, along with everyone who supports me, and I'll see you in the next one.